Alright, Forrest back here. I'm going to show you guys how to do an oil change if you're feeling adventurous. I, however, am not feeling that adventurous, so I brought in a professional, Gary. Gary's going to make sure we do this correctly, step by step. We'll show you how. So what's the first step in changing the oil? Should we just start pouring oil in here?
Nope. First step we actually do is we're actually going to drain the oil from underneath of the vehicle and change the filter, and on this vehicle that is also underneath.
Confused me. How do we get underneath the vehicle?
Well, better than crawling underneath. On this one, we're going to put it on a lift and actually lift it up, and we're going to be able to get underneath.
At home, hopefully you have a couple of those little red jacks you drive up on. Make sure you put bricks behind your tires too once you get up on the jacks.
Definitely want to put some tire stops on.
All right, but we're going to do this the easy way. Hold on, hold on. There we go. Slow. A little higher. Literally with one finger. If you don't have these at home, buy those little ramps.
Okay, get your drain bucket there. We're just going to take this. It's a 14 millimeter.
Oh, it's all metric. 14 millimeter.
14 millimeter. Just unscrew the oil drain plug from the bottom of the engine.
All right. And we're not going to want to stand right there.
Yep, not going to want to stand in front of it in case it splashes.
Again, you can buy all kinds of drains, you know, at your local.
Any type of catch pan. Most places will also, most auto shops and auto parts stores will recycle your oil for you. So
I was gonna say, I think you can use it to wash small dogs in. I think that works well too. Or ducks. I see a lot of like ducks and like birds making the Arctic with oil on them.
I think that's they're trying to remove that
oil. Okay. Yeah,
using Dawn dish soap in the garage. There you go.
That's the
so
okay,
if this,
it was actually
so if you get this all over you, wash with Dawn dish soap.
Is this 5 quarts of oil?
There is 5 quarts of oil, yes.
All right.
We're just going to put the drain plug back in.
No.
And tighten it back up. And you want to just want to get that gasket where it's just flattened out, and technically it's 30 foot-pounds of torque is all it takes to, which is not very tight.
So don't yank it.
Yeah, you don't need to get a big giant wrench to tighten it up.
No strongman contest. Got it.
And that's done. The next step is to change the oil filter. We'll just pull this, just a engine cover on the side there. Finish taking that oil filter off.
Usually you use a big wrench.
Yep, there is oil filter wrenches. Yep.
Yeah, usually you would use an oil filter wrench, but again, I worked out.
And then just replace the oil filter once you've checked and make sure that the surface is clean.
Okay. Make sure the surface is clean. And now what are you going to tighten it with?
That's it. They just need to be hand tight.
As tight as you can by hand, huh?
Yep.
Oh. Alright, that's pretty tight.
And then just clean up the residue from the oil filter.
Yeah.
The oil.
Otherwise you're going to smell that, right, when you start driving?
Yep, and you'll get a little spot on your driveway, possibly.
Yeah, and then when you think you've done something horrible.
Yep.
It means you just didn't get all that oil.
And that is changing the filter and draining the engine oil.
Alright, the hard part is over.
And we're just going to grab a funnel, keep us from spilling it everywhere.
Nice. And again, 5 quarts, 5W30. Trash.
Yeah, normally there's one right here. go ahead and start the engine. Make sure the oil light goes off. That's all you need there. Go ahead and shut it back off. There was a little red light that looked like an old oil can that came on right when you started it until the... So, yep, that's off. Go ahead and shut it back off and we can check the engine oil, make sure we're at the right level. Yep, just that. These things, these V6s are horrible. It's not gonna show the right level again. They take forever.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, these are like, because the oil, one of the fill, the dipstick.
Oh wow.
The dipstick tube is actually an oil drain line also for the engine, so it's like takes like a half an hour to really check it on this particular car.
All right, so we're gonna want to wait 20 to 30 minutes to check the oil.
What? I don't know if I would necessarily say that on that. I just probably just check the oil, make sure. Cause I mean, you're close. I mean, you know you've got oil in there, but see how it looks super high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just going to be an ongoing problem with this, with anything, with any of these with this V6 because of where they put the dipstick.
All right, so wait a little bit, give the oil a little chance to settle, and then check it and make sure you're close to where you need to be. And that's how you get other people to do your work for you. So changing your oil is pretty easy if you have all the right tools.